Click here if you're having a problem viewing the photos on a mobile device.
As clashes between protesters and police continued for a third night across the Bay Area on Sunday, with looting and violence rampant across the East Bay, San Jose, Walnut Creek and Danville joined San Francisco on Sunday in imposing curfews to try to restore the peace.
In Walnut Creek, where one woman was shot in the arm as scores of looters stormed Macy's and the Broadway Plaza Business District in broad daylight Sunday, the city imposed an immediate 6 p.m. curfew and asked all businesses to close immediately. Please ensure your doors are locked and secured.
Looters appeared to move on to San Leandro where, we have already recovered one gun, and we've seen multiple fights, and we're taking rocks, said San Leandro police spokesman Ted Henderson Sunday.
And just one night after clashes in downtown Oakland, a line of police officers in riot gear, facing kneeling protesters, took to their knees in a show of peace and solidarity.
"That's all you gotta do, we appreciate it," yelled one demonstrator caught on video.
In San Jose earlier in the day, after protesters chanted, "Take a knee," Mayor Sam Liccardo joined protesters and did the same.
A hastily arranged citywide curfew began at 8:30 p.m. in San Jose, but allowed people to go to essential businesses, including grocery stores and hospitals. The city of Santa Clara imposed a similar curfew. Crowds began dispersing within an hour after curfew there, but in nearby Milpitas, videos showed looters breaking into the Great Mall.
The evening became so chaotic with roving bands of ransackers throughout the Bay Area that at one point, a false report of a tiger on the loose at the Oakland Zoo was tweeted, then retracted, by the Alameda County Sheriff's Office.
The lawlessness obscured the message of protesters who turned out in force to demonstrate across the country Sunday against the killing last week of George Floyd, a black man, by police in Minneapolis. The officer who pressed his knee into Floyd's neck for almost 9 minutes before his death was fired from the force and charged with third-degree murder.
The citywide curfew in San Jose that will remain in place for at least a week came in response to peaceful protests that turned into frenetic crime sprees over the past 2 days. In San Francisco's Union Square on Saturday night, high-end shops, including Saks Fifth Avenue, were ransacked, and in Emeryville, whole strip malls were picked clean. Videos showed numerous people Best Buy and loading their trunks with TVs.
San Jose Police Chief Eddie Garcia said that while his department has heard the calls for change, we've heard the calls for accountability. After the police killing in Minneapolis of an unarmed black man, we can't allow our city to devolve into chaos. We're not instituting martial law, we're going to use it very judiciously.
The San Jose Police Department received intel of planned looting Sunday night in areas across the city, Garcia said, which is why the curfew extends beyond downtown. Since Friday, vandals had caused millions of dollars in damage to public and private property, and 100 people were arrested.
The department's preparation appeared to pay off as officers repelled a band of about 50 marauders who broke windows at the BevMo! And CVS along Stevens Creek Boulevard before making an unsuccessful run at Santana Row. Police continued to block off streets around Santana Row, as well as Valley Fair Mall.
In an abundance of caution and in the interest of safety, Santa Clara County's presiding judge announced she was closing the courthouse on Monday. "I do not make this decision lightly," Judge Deborah Ryan said in a statement Sunday. "Please do not come to court tomorrow."
Oakland, where tensions have also been high after the police killing in Minneapolis of George Floyd sparked national outrage, didn't call for the same restrictions Sunday evening, a sign of the loaded decisions balancing public safety and free speech.
Tonight, Sunday night, Oakland will continue to have a strong law enforcement presence to prevent and enforce against any illegal acts, Mayor Libby Schaaf and Interim Police Chief Susan Mannheimer said in a joint statement. "We ask everyone to stay home, honoring our shelter-in-place health order, and to prevent vandals from hiding within peaceful demonstrations."
Walgreens near Lake Merritt was looted Sunday night for the second time in 2 days.
For some, the curfews had an immediate effect.
"I'm not getting arrested," said Dana Walker, 40, of San Jose, who planned to leave downtown San Jose at 8 p.m. sharp. "I'm not giving them a reason to put me in jail or kill me."
By 9 p.m. in San Jose, a half hour after curfew, rows of San Jose police moved demonstrators from City Hall down Market Street. Dozens of protesters appeared to be peeling off, leaving a dwindling crowd on the streets by nightfall. Demonstrators were heard imploring others not to turn over dumpsters.
A Bay Area news group reporter covering the protest was brought down by police, told to put her face to the ground and threatened with a baton, even after identifying herself as a member of the media that is considered essential and exempt from the curfew order.
By early evening Sunday, looters had made their way to San Leandro, where local police were warning locals to stay away from the south end of town, as well as Bayfair Mall, the Marina Square Shopping Center, and Walmart on Hesperian Boulevard, where looters were ransacking stores.
In Walnut Creek, Esmeralda Brown, a 21-year-old Diablo Valley College student and Northgate High graduate, said she and her friends had come to peacefully protest with their Black Lives Matter signs, but were caught up in the mayhem as looters fled and pointed weapons that could fire tear gas and rubber bullets.
The curfews were met with mixed reactions, causing some to fear the new restrictions would only heighten tensions.
Luis Falcon, a 32-year-old teacher who was one of hundreds protesting at San Jose City Hall, said a curfew would violate his First Amendment rights and could lead to more violence as officers will be forced to enforce it whether protesters leave or not.
We have been nothing but peaceful, so I don't understand why he has to take these drastic measures, Falcon said of Mayor Liccardo. This could escalate things. They're not letting us peacefully protest and they're not taking the appropriate measures to keep it peaceful.
Amr Umar, 28, an inventory technician with Google who fled tear gas and rubber bullets in downtown San Jose on Friday, planned to stay home on Sunday.
I've seen martial law in other cities and I don't want to be any part of that, Umar said Sunday. At the same time, he added, things were supposed to be peaceful, but no one on either side, protesters or law enforcement, are playing fair. People need to go home and be mad at the right things, channel their anger in the right direction. Burning up cities is not the right way.
During a news conference imposing the San Jose curfew Sunday, Mayor Liccardo told reporters that he believes the majority of officers have demonstrated great resolve, and that they have prevented what could have been much worse damage and circumstances.
The emergency order in San Jose takes effect from 8:30 p.m. to 5 a.m. nightly for the next 7 days or until further notice, according to a news release from the city.
In San Francisco, crowds largely dispersed Sunday night after a significant show of force, including officers from around the region and Central Valley lining Market Street. San Francisco Mayor London Breed on Sunday morning denounced the damage done to city businesses Saturday night after a peaceful demonstration turned chaotic and confirmed that a curfew would be implemented from 8 p.m. Sunday to 5 a.m. Monday.
It has been very difficult. When you see what you see happen to George Floyd and others, it's hard not to have a reaction. It's hard not to feel the pain, Breed told the city in a somber press conference streamed online. We know people are hurt, are upset, are angry, all kinds of emotions.
But, she added, assaults on people, and the damage done to businesses in the city, including from fires set and looting, is really not something we can tolerate.
The curfew, Breed said, would last until the situation is under control.
Staff writers Aldo Toledo and Harry Harris contributed reporting.